basically told me that they wanted to do Web3 cloud streaming, and I almost threw that email into the recycle bin. I've been in the video game business for 25 plus years. And I'm thinking, cloud gaming? Really? Yo, we're not typical, we're decentralized. Okay, sharing economy on PC game machines? I'm in. Transactions mean volume, and volume on Solana means a fraction of the cost. And that means more money in the pocket of people who own gaming PCs. I feel like Shaga is revolutionizing cloud gaming.
We're live here back at the Solana Creator House, and I got a guest who's right now killing it with some of the partnerships that we're seeing on the timeline. It's tech that is cutting edge. This is the stuff that in Web3 we've been waiting for. The products are finally arriving. The games are finally getting ready to launch. And guess what? I brought Aaron from Shaga. Make sure you got that right, because I said Shaga before and he was like, no, man, Shaga.
Shaga.
And then we did the vocal of Shaga, Shaga,
Shaga.
Shaga. There you go. We got it. Aaron, man, appreciate you coming down. I know it's early, but guess what? Let's get this started.
It is early.
Aaron, give me a 30-second intro. Who are you? What did you do before Web3, before you got into this beautiful roller coaster that we're on right now?
Woo! My name is Aaron Sternberg. I've been in the video game business for 25 plus years, have several controller patents, used to sell video game accessories, work with software developers all around the world integrating unique technology. Right before Shaga, worked at Epic Games on their cloud partnership strategy.
Man, so you were like really in the Web 2 space. You were
Yes.
messing around.
No, Web 2.
How did you fall into this rabbit hole? Who was the one that you got to blame?
Deshaun Guido. They both reached out to me and had basically told me that they wanted to do Web3 cloud streaming, and I almost threw that email into the recycle bin. At Epic Games, pixel streaming was a challenging proposition to monetize. At times, it's hard to get the right GPUs for rendering, and at the same time, oh boy, Google Stadia went out of business. Xbox Cloud is not the greatest, and I'm thinking, cloud gaming, really? And then Web3, I've been a gamer all my life, so getting a return on my investment, yeah, I would have loved to have done that for the last how many years. And I know it has a stigma, and I thought, you know what, man, old dog, new tricks. You got to teach this dog new tricks. So I'm like, I'm going to get on the phone with these guys, charming as all get out, and they said, yo, we're not typical, we're decentralized. And so I was like, oh, what's that? I don't know, Web 2. Then they explained it. I'm like, okay, sharing economy on PC game machines, I'm in.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome to hear. So tell us, you're here. Today's the state of Web3. We're hearing Web3 gaming is dead on the timeline. You're new into this space. You're building in this space, and you're like, what is happening on this Twitter socials that everybody's screaming about? How are you seeing the market as you're approaching games? You're telling games about what you're building. How are you seeing the current environment that we're in right now?
Well, here's what I would say. Unfortunately, Web3 gaming has had a little bit of a bad history because I believe that Web3 gaming really wasn't Web3 gaming in the beginning. It was transactions with gaming built around that. And I think we've learned our lesson. And I think it's games now built games first. And then there's transactions to conduct. But it's really about, what does the gameplay look like? What does the universe look like? What does the engagement look like? And I feel like we're headed down the right path. I'm really excited about our partnership with Star Atlas. I believe Star Atlas is a significant game in the Web3 space that will raise the Web3 gaming in general. They have credibility. Their Unreal Engine approach with the latest software using Nanite and Lumen, and I know those because I used to work at Epic, are super impressive. They're very focused on engaging. And it's not like the old days where, and I mean the old days, where like there would be movies that would come out and then games would come out and they'd look like the most amazing games, but they were called eye candy because they had no content. But Star Atlas has both. So super excited about that. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I saw the partnership and I was like, this is really, really cool. And I think you and I have had discussions a while ago too. And I was like, wow, really kind of seeing the innovative that you guys were doing. I saw you guys at Breakpoint. You guys been displaying the product as well. Tell us, give us that business development speech or give us the commercial. Give us that 30-second commercial that you're telling games now why I need to work with Shaga.
Hi, are you a gamer that experiences lag? No. All right. Essentially, we are actually, I feel like Shaga is revolutionizing cloud gaming, and I mean that seriously. You've heard a little bit of my background. I've been around, and I wouldn't just sign on to any company. Traditional cloud gaming, to kind of make things make sense, is really, it relies on centralized, specifically located data centers, and they're often like very far away from users, and that introduces lag, and you can't overcome physics. The farther you're away from the source, the more susceptible you're going to be to lag. Of course, there are other network issues, but Shaga is different. We're not centralized, we're decentralized. We're building our technology on consumer-owned PCs, and there are millions of them worldwide. So at the end of the day, the goal is, you want access to PC gaming? You don't have a PC? Look no further than your friendly neighborhood PC gamer who's going to rent their games. And what we're doing there is we're keeping it local, solving latency by proximity.
I love it. I love it. So let me ask you, like, given the market of where cloud gaming is, I'm hearing Samsung with their Game Hub. I'm talking and listening to, we're seeing NVIDIA with their GeForce. What's that like that charter or jitters of what we're hearing there? Like, how do you compare to it? Where do we excel in the Web3 side of it? Like, that's something that I think they have a disadvantage to, right? Because again, you mentioned a way to be more rewarding, which I think the transactions behind that is what makes Web3 even more potent and be able to break through. But your product is Web 2 and Web3. So you're almost being able to bring the gamer, immerse them in the experience, and even possibly educate them on what Web3 is, right?
This guy knows what he's talking about.
So where do you see that? Like, where are you guys like studying the competitors and saying, man, we're about to blow them out of the water?
Well, our of course, our goal would always be to be the #1 cloud gaming provider in the world. But there are going to be rooms for other companies. We're not trying to get there yet. And I think there is value in having other companies out there because it just rises the tide. Our approach is agnostic. We're about game streaming, Web 2 and Web 3. But I really love the approach that we're doing because we are kind of having this inclusive approach. Like, I understand there are cloud providers out there, game cloud providers out there that, they're not really hosting Web3 games. And I know that in talking to some good games that there's been some issues with that. Epic Game Store is a great example of trying to embrace Web3 games themselves, but they're another great example of kind of distancing themselves from Web3 transactions. So you have to be kind of outside that ecosystem. Whereas what we're trying to do is offer an environment where you can play Web 2 and Web 3 games, but have that inclusive experience with Web 3, meaning if you are going to buy NFTs through the game or conduct transactions, you can do it in the Shaga platform. You don't have to go out. Of course, you can go out with third-party marks and all that, but if you're wanting to engage in a game, the game development people, game studios, game publishers, they don't have to worry about the trajectory of where their players are going here and here and here in order just to engage in the game. And we really value that.
Oh man, look, if you're watching this and you're not sliding into his DMs, if you're not following them on Twitter or wherever on socials, the website Shaga, what is the website?
Shaga.xyz.
Shaga.xyz, guys. Like, it's so simple.
Better make sure I'm right about that one. Hold on now. Hold on.
Let's get verified.
Hold on.
Look, guys.
Yeah.
Like, this is why I wanted to bring Shaga down here. We wanted to show you all the cutting edge in Web3. The technology has to be sexy. Technology is not sexy word, right? Like, gamers don't care, but it can make their game experience better. And when it does, that's when people start asking, what is this thing? It's just like our cell phones, right? Now 5G, 4G, but in 5G, I could hear you very loud and clear. In 4G, I can't. So guess what? I will look at
you. Mean in 4G, people can't hear you? Come on now.
Right? I know. Aaron, you're here in San Francisco. You're at GDC. Tell me, Matt, what's that event that you have circled off this week? Is there an event that you were like, man, either you came for or you still haven't gone to? You're stuck at the light there's a taxi in front of you, the traffic's there, you're going to run out and you're like, I'm going to this event. I can't miss it.
Well, I have to be honest. I think that event happened on Tuesday with the Solana Summit Game Dev talks, and they invited Shaga to speak, and that was a really important. It's super important for us just to be able to give back support to Solana. We are on that chain. We are going to ultimately be agnostic, so anybody with any chain will be able to function in our ecosystem. But the ability just to share in a GDC conference was super fun. So that was awesome.
I mean, you were able to talk to the former friends of yours, right?
Yeah.
The Web 2 side of it, and be on stage with the Web 3 side of it.
Absolutely.
And I think that is super important. I think credibility, you mentioned one thing for Star Atlas, but you are credibility yourself, right? As you have come from that space.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's like, this guy knows what he's talking about. He's either a former colleague or he worked with, either mutual. So that is credibility as well to have you on stage, because look, you're coming into the Web3 space. I think that is just a very valid signal to give out to others that, hey, there are Web 2 developers, there are Web 2 engineers, and there's Web 2 marketers, there's Web 2 everything coming into the space. They're more experienced, they understand the user, they understand the gamer, they understand how it works. Whereas Web 3 still very much, there's we're in this ocean and it's, pretty wavy and we're trying to figure it all out. So really, really excited to hear that and really excited for that video. I heard that's being edited as we speak, so I'm excited.
It was also super awesome to meet our partners here at the show. Shout out to Low Life Forms. Super excited about them. Aurori and Star Atlas and Tribe. Just good partners that we're working with. We'd love to work with other people. Wilder World, Nyan, Heroes, Off the Grid. We've had conversations, so we're getting out there.
Definitely. So Aaron, 2025 is coming around. The roadmap is getting clearer and clearer. What is one thing that this year you're really excited for? What you guys are having? Is there a grand release of something? Well, give us the alpha. Spill the tea here.
Well, we have Android and Windows out, and we are coming out with iOS pretty soon. So I would say that's a little bit of alpha, and there might be some macOS and Windows coming in the near future. So we're definitely excited about that. And I would say there's a little bit of an alpha when it comes to kind of our Shaga Streamer approach. We break up Shaga Streamers. A Shaga Streamer is like anybody who owns a gaming PC and downloads a Shaga software. Then it's a Shaga node. But we have system streamers that are offline streamers, and we have broadcast streamers. And we're very excited about both of them. They power our peer-powered cloud network. But the Shaga streamers who broadcast are very interesting because now they can actually stream the product that we're working on. Instantly, a player can connect to them while they're actually on stream hosting a game. And that is actually conducive to very fun events where you invite viewers right on your PC to play. They might not even have a gaming PC, and that's the goal, right? To play, and they're either good or they're crappy. And then you can make really fun content with that. And can you imagine if you're a publisher and you're hiring a creator to advertise your stuff, and your creator is essentially talking about it and playing it, but now their viewers can actually play it live on stream. That's powerful.
So man, now that's what I get excited for, right? Because now we're finally getting to that stage of life in Web3 gaming that games are finally getting to be fully released, right? We still haven't seen a fully released game yet.
Yeah.
A lot of it's pre-alpha, beta, and everything. And I think that this year is the year that we finally see the class of 2020 or 2021 investment cycle that, was heavily invested to be released this year. And I think that with what you're building, we're really going to be able to partner together and showcase the power of technology, even though it's not sexy, but it's going to be powering it to showcase how great that what we've been building and everybody's been saying, what is Web3? We're going to be able to say.
When you say sexy, I want to show this app. This app is sexy right here. This app, lobby's open, ready to play. It's focused on friends. I was very popular in college, guys. But that's only because I had a car. These days, you got a gaming PC, you're pretty popular in your friend group. Not everybody can afford one. So now you can share your game PC compute power, your gaming PC power with your friends, and everybody's having a fun time. So that's the first phase of our product.
Oh man, now that's exciting. I'm excited to deep dive into it even further. Definitely got to get my hands on it. And make sure before you leave, you give me the download APK or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I need to make sure I get a copy before you get going. Look, guys, this is exactly why we wanted to get Aaron down here. We wanted him to spill the beans. We told him, hey, you're not leaving till you tell us the alpha. We need to make sure that it's only at the Creator House, sponsored by Solana.
Yeah.
Shout out to Solana, right?
Shout out to Solana. Thank you.
Give us why Solana. What made you choose Solana? What was it that you guys were like, man, if we're going to build something like this, we need to choose a chain that could help us with transaction speed. Oh, man.
Let me get technical here because I'm in BD. Okay, anyway, that would probably be Guido's answer, but I will share with you that when I talk about millions of gaming PCs worldwide that we want to tap into and have the people that own those gaming PCs earn revenue, they're going to earn revenue by charging by the minute. And those transactions mean volume. And volume on blockchain, on Solana, means a fraction of the cost. And that means more money in the pocket of people who own gaming PCs and more money in the pocket of people who are paying subscription fees.
I mean, what else do you want to know? Do you know why builders are building on Solana? It's simple. Look at all the products. Look at it. It's been battle tested. What else do you need? Tell me a chain that's been able to do what Solana has done right now. This is why people are coming over and saying, hey, I have a great product. I know that it's going to get to a lot of people's hands, but I need something to make sure that it's also able to perform to what it needs to do. And I'm really excited to hear all that. 2025, we talked about Shaga. We talked about what's happening. All right, Aaron, off record, tell me.
Oh, off the record.
What are you excited for here in San Francisco? Is there like a place you're going to, Golden Gate Bridge, maybe In-N-Out Burger? You got anything that you come out here and you're just like, I got to make sure if I'm in San Fran, I do?
Okay, well, let's see. There is a restaurant I really like. It's 54 Mint.
Okay.
I love that restaurant. I was going to go there last night, but I could not get a table. That's actually because I'm a foodie, so I love doing that. Other than that, like for me, it's just about the show and kind of engaging with people I've known for 20 years. And it's the relationships and building that I actually really love. So.
All right, Aaron. I won't release this video until you take me out to dinner at 54 minutes.
Yeah.
Or else I'm going to charge you $19.99 plus tax, and there's more. But look, I think it's awesome to hear. So tell me, Aaron, you're here at GDC. What other conferences are you looking to attend? Are you just looking at Web3 conferences, Web2 conferences? Where are you trying to get your face and say, hey, look, this is what we're building, connecting with others? Is there anything else you got up in the schedule there?
Yeah, actually, right now I think we're going to focus on maybe hitting TwitchCon because we're super excited about the Shaga Streamers Who Broadcast approach, giving them a tool to help them connect with their viewers and actually earn additional revenue is super exciting. And we feel like TwitchCon is the place to be. I think after that, it's going to be GamesCon as well. So I think, again, we're approaching from a Web3, Web2 perspective, and then we're going to be at Breakpoint. So, I mean, that's kind of what we're looking at.
Yeah. Aaron, Celery is in May here in New York. Make sure you tell them.
Oh, okay, yeah, we are going to be at a...
Hey,
sorry.
The mini Breakpoint in America is a Celery.
That's right. We are going to be there at Accelerate 2 in Solana.
I just added that to your calendar. Just don't tell the wife it was me. Oh, man, Aaron, appreciate you coming down. Really, really excited for everything you're building. Really making sure that, hey, anybody that's watching, Shaga.xyz, what's the Twitter? What are
Play on Shaga.
Play on Shaga. Send him a DM. Aaron, what's the handle for yourself?
Let's see. We're talking about TG or
no,
X?
X, man. We don't want to blow up your TG right now.
At Aaron_Shaga.
There you go. Now you know how to find him. This is why we brought him down. This is the alpha. Hey, aren't you excited about gaming? He just told you why Web3 gaming is not dead. I mean, come on.
It's alive.
It's alive. It's well alive. It's going to be a grand year. Aaron, thanks for coming down here to San Francisco.
Man.
Enjoy your stay.
Thank you.
Have a safe flight home. Maybe we'll do this next time. Gamescom.
Yeah.
Let's run it back.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron. Thanks for coming. Tune in. Have a good day.